Good morning, everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, once again coming to you from downtown Manila with 15 minutes of fame and one of my very special guests. I'm going to introduce a special guest to you, but if you'd like to be a guest on the show, guys, feel free to reach out and get your 15 minutes of fame. We're going to be doing that all of this month. We're halfway through the month and we've had some fabulous guests on, and we'd love to have you on as well. And don't forget to like and share this video when you see it, because guys, we've got all these different guests and you can learn from each and every one of them. So feel free to reach out. Today's guest is a remarkable woman. Her name is Glenda Kroll. Glenda comes from Canada, and her current title is Empowerment Mentor and Reinvention Specialist. And her business name is Grow with Glenda Mentorship. She's been in the coaching industry for over 10 years. She specializes in supporting women aged 40 and above in their transformative journey from breakdown to brilliance, right? And through a 3-step program: recognize, reinvent, and rise. She does this very well, guys. So I suggest you reach out to her. She's recently launched a 90-day program designed to strengthen you financially. And that's very important. We all need that, guys. Now, key achievements or projects: 15 years ago, she made a courageous decision to leave behind a toxic 14-year relationship and a business, embracing a fresh start in life, right? And don't we all need that sometimes? At the heart of it all, she recognized mindset is the key. It's about shedding the dead weight of the past and fully embracing the present. And it was during my pivotal period that I began my journey into real estate investment. And her initial foray involved converting a single family dwelling into a legal duplex, effectively renting out both levels. And through this endeavor, she discovered firsthand the transformative potential of real estate investment, underscored by the power of a positive mindset. So what she's doing, guys, is helping women to reinvent themselves, right? And be independent, be themselves, and find their true value. So her personal motto or philosophy in life revolves around setting a clear endpoint and steadily moving forward one step at a time. It's not about knowing every detail of the journey, but rather than having faith, unwavering belief in everything will ultimately fall into place. So guys, the first step is the hardest, and then just keep on moving forward. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest today, Glenda Kroll. Good morning, Glenda.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on this 15 minutes of fame. I love it.
Yeah, no, you're pleased to have you, Glenda. Glenda, tell us a bit about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path, please.
Well, you know, as you read, part of my journey was that I had to reinvent myself. And, you know, at that point in time in my life, I was 52 years old. I had been in many different types of businesses, and I had spent 14 years in one particular business. I was running an import-export company, and I knew it inside and out. But then all of a sudden I found that my relationship wasn't, or the person wasn't the person who we claimed to be. 14 years of lies. And I ended up leaving the relationship, but at the same time I left my business. So as I sat back the next day, as the relationship was ended, and I sat back in a new place to live, and all I had was a room full of boxes, I sat there and I thought to myself, what am I going to do now with my life? And, you know, at 50 years of age, or at that point, actually 52, nobody, I said, is going to hire me. How am I going to go out and get a job at 52? Who wants to hire a 52-year-old woman? So what I had decided to do was to sit back and start looking at what I did well in my life. And I went and I did basically an inventory of my strengths and an inventory of my weaknesses. And it was at that point I started to realize that I had a lot of strengths, because what happened during that time, and when I found out that my relationship was now over, I lost a lot of confidence in myself. I questioned myself. And that's a horrible feeling to have. Losing the feeling that your self-worth is gone, your confidence is gone, and now you've got to create a new person. But you're not creating a new person. This is what I want to put out there, is you're building on that old person. Should I say that old new person? and you
I
grow
like it.
at that point in time. So I sat there and I tried another industry and I didn't enjoy it. I did event planning and I did it for a while. And yeah, I was good at that too, but I wasn't getting paid the numbers. And then I kept on having this thought that kept coming to me, real estate, real estate. You see, I have a bit of a background in real estate because I'm a paralegal, but and secondly as well, is earlier on in my career, I had worked for one of the largest corporations, Shell Canada. And I was one of the senior analysts and ran the marketing department for all the real estate in Ontario, which is quite a large area. So I had a lot of background in that, but that was not what I wanted. What I wanted to do was I wanted to invest. I had a little bit of money and I wanted to have that money work for me. I didn't want to become a realtor. I didn't want to be taking people and showing them and becoming they're telling me what to do. I wanted something that was me. So I set out and I found myself a mentor. I started joining network groups and I started learning. And as I learned, I started becoming more confident. And through that confidence, and learning all the secrets and doing the work. And that's the big key here. It's doing the work because everybody thinks that it's so easy to do.
I laugh. That is the secret, guys.
Right?
You got to do some work, sadly. But I've got bad
Hello,
news for you.
yeah.
But if you love what you do, like Glenda and I both do, guys, it's not work. It's a passion, and you get to love it. It becomes your lifestyle.
And that was it. You see, when I left things, when stuff happened to me and I fell down, well, as I was starting to do this, before I started looking at that, I always came away with the feeling as I've always had to learn and find my own way. And I said to myself when I left that last relationship that nobody should have to do this alone. Nobody should have to go through this alone because as you and I talked a little earlier, what happens is when you've got all the money in the world and everybody wants to be your friend because you can buy them and do for them and all the rest of it. And then when shit hits the fan, what happens? They disappear.
Yeah,
So
we know that, don't we? Both know that one.
oh yeah. So the whole idea was I felt that I didn't want people going through divorce alone, figuring it out alone, and most importantly, getting their confidence and their self-worth and esteem alone. Because you know what? Sometimes you need somebody to hold space for you so you can start to learn and grow yourself and build yourself and let somebody else have a little bit of faith in you till you catch up and have faith in yourself.
Yeah, very
And
interesting, Glenda. You've covered about 3 or 4 of my questions all in one. You've done a great job. You're a great guest. In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your success?
Always being open-minded,
Mm-hmm.
learning from my knockdowns, learning of what I've been through, and finding ways to keep on going. Always
Yeah.
holding gratitude in my heart for what I've have. And gratitude can be the fact that I wake up in the morning and I can stand on my own 2 feet. Trust
Yeah.
me, there's been times that I couldn't do that too. So when you have that gratitude in your heart, you don't have time to sit there and get angry and be mean
Yeah,
and
worries
miserable.
me. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I don't want
Glenda,
to be a miserable soul. Nobody's going to want to be with me, but I
yeah.
love people. So I want people around me. So you be happy.
Yeah. Glenn and I both discussed that we've both been to the school of hard knocks and we've both got the bumps and bruises to prove it, guys. But
Yep.
it's just part of life, guys. Like who expected to have COVID? Tens of thousands, probably millions of people, me included, were wiped out overnight. I lost 40 years of hard work, guys. I lost 8 condominiums and 4 houses. I could bore you with all that. But you just say, well, it's only money. I've got a beer in the fridge. I've got a steak in the fridge. I'm okay. I'll just go again. I mean, how many steaks can I eat? Whether I had 10 million or 1 million, guys, how many steaks can I eat? That's all I'm worried about. I'm worried about today and the next day. And that's what you should be worried about as well. Glenda, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field, Glenda?
I keep learning. So, now I'm going on a new stream. I'm here. I want to start helping women to make themselves more powerful, more to hold their own financially. When you can hold your own and not have to worry that somebody else is going to be there dipping their hand in your pocket, it changes everything in your life.
Mhm.
So I want to start teaching women how to invest in their first property. It's something that I've done. I've been successful. I've bought, I've sold, I've flipped. I want to start because I'm moving into further ways of doing that and going bigger. But you got to start somewhere, and you got to start at the top. And it's learning the basics. And for me, now I want to teach what I have learned.
Yeah.
And for that, that's what's really ticking me right now. I want to help other women to be more successful in themselves. And
Yeah.
so what gets me going is learning to do this for others, to keeping myself moving forward, to keep on growing mentally and physically, keeping myself healthy and keeping my body strong. Because you know what? If we don't do that, it affects every single part of our life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Glenda, can you discuss with us a recent project or an achievement that you're particularly proud of?
Recent project. I've helped a woman recently who was in a very bad relationship for a number of years. She had a spouse who had knocked her down consistently, and I worked with her for about probably close to a year. And she left the relationship. She started learning and growing. We got her into a new business. She's now being financially stable and running on her own life. And she's feeling great about herself. And now she works and helps others. That's,
Fantastic.
to me,
Fantastic.
that's what it's really all about. Don't let the knockdowns keep you down. You know,
Don't we know that?
Right. So, part of my tagline is I'll help you move from breakdown to brilliance, because that's what we need to be. It was
Well,
need to be
basically,
brilliant.
Leonard, I tell people if it's meant to be, it's up to me. You've got to move, guys. You've got to get off your ass and do something. And there's so much help out there. There's good people like Glenda and myself are out there willing to help you at no cost. We just want to put you on the right track and then work out what we can do to help you from there. All right. And we can give you some good advice, some life skills. And, one of my good ones, guys, is readers are leaders. Go to the local bookshop, buy a couple of nice books that interest, not bloody fiction or bloody horror book or something. Buy something on business related, or how to improve your life, how to improve your health, all that type of thing. Glenda, what advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps? What advice would you give your younger self?
Stop doubting yourself and just take action. Even if you're scared, pick up the phone, book a call with me, and let's talk. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to find out where your head's at. If you want to work at it, I'm thrilled to work with you. If you're not, well, maybe I can give you a few little pointers and lead you in the right direction. Stop worrying that everybody is out to get you, and start learning that
Like
you
that.
need to get yourself into something.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest secret, is we talked about this again. Majority of people do not take action. The
Mm.
biggest part of taking action, click on a link and book a call with me.
Yeah, you got your own podcast there, Glenda, and I'll be putting all those details in our YouTube later, guys. So you'll be able to reach out to Glenda, because we'll be putting this across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course YouTube, with all of her socials. So you'll be able to reach out to Glenda. And I suggest you guys, just got to press a button, book a call, costs you nothing. Grab a cup of coffee and spend your 30 minutes with Glenda. And hey, you might even learn something. How good would that be? Looking ahead, Glenda, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, Glenda?
Oh, well, my biggest goal right now is I'm heading into the field of learning and going and buying myself multifamily dwellings. I want to get into the big times. So
Fantastic.
I'm going on to a new level now. So that's why I said, you know what, you got to start somewhere. You got to start, you know, it's good to start small. It's good to learn all of these things so that you can move into the next stream of things.
It's
I believe that you can
interesting, Glenda, that as we both tell people, guys, start from ground zero, aim for the moon, and guess what? You might hit a few stars, you know. So that's how it is. Glenda, how can listeners reach out to you, find out more about your business and connect with you? What's the best way to do that?
Well, you know, you can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook as I am Glenda Kroll. Last name is Kroll. You can reach me on Instagram. I'm noted as the wise woman's word. And you can,
Like
because I believe, listen, at this point in my life, I've become a whole lot wiser, right? Whatever
right.
didn't knock me down exactly built me right back up again. And most importantly, I have a website that's glendakroll.com. So anything, you know, reach out on any of these platforms and I'll be thrilled to talk to you. And you know what? Trust me, I'm not going to bite. You know, I'm a very good little tiger, so it's all good.
You're a lioness. Guys, it's been wonderful having Glenda on the show today. If you'd like 15 minutes of fame, reach out, just like Glenda has today, and get your 15 minutes of fame. Think about it, guys. A TV commercial is $30,000. Check it out. Radio stations will charge you $5,000 for probably 10, 30-second spots. You can come on here, 15 minutes of fame, and talk about you and how you can help change the world, right? Talk about your journey for 15 minutes, and then we'll put you across all the different, and you'll reach an audience of tens of thousands of people on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And that's recording itself, guys, will be up in the next 24 hours. And Glenda, I've enjoyed having you as a guest today. And once again, thanks very much for your input.
Thank you so much, Jeff. I enjoyed being here. You're just an awesome man. So I thank you for your time as well.
Thank you very much.